Good morning and happy Monday. Welcome back to another law school week in my life vlog. Woo, that's some bright sun, so we're gonna step back just a little bit. Anyways, this is my second to last week of classes. It has just hit me that we're getting very close to the end. So it's gonna be a busy week. I have a lot going on. So this week, my final writing assignment for my legal writing class is due. So it's due on Sunday. We turned in a first draft that's like an ungraded first draft this past Sunday. I finished mine, I think, Saturday. And so turned it in. Have not looked at it since, intentionally. I like to do that to give myself, you know, a day or so distance from it. I feel like that makes me better when I go look at it for edits, rather than like having constantly looked at it and like reviewing it. I think it's easier for me to edit it when I have been away from it for, you know, 48 hours. So I have not looked at it since Saturday, and the first thing I have today, after I did my workout this morning and then I filmed a video, and then so the first thing I have up next is a conference with my TA for that class, and so we're just gonna talk through some of the things. Basically, I just get to use 20 minutes to ask for her advice and her thoughts on different pieces of the writing. And so basically what I'm probably going to focus on are things that were like areas for improvement on my last assignment. So we had a closed letter where we were given the cases and we just had to write our analysis from that. And this one we had to like find the cases ourselves. So basically I like know where I want to improve based on my last one. I was happy with how I did on the first one, but I also like, obviously there's always area for improvement, and so like I know where I can do better. So we're probably gonna focus on that in this conference and just any ways that I can make this guy a little bit better. And then I'll have a second conference with my actual professor a little bit later on in the week. I like schedule it this way on purpose so that I can have these two different meetings at two different points in the week. So like I'll meet with her today and then I'll make some edits, and then I'll meet with my professor and then I'll make some edits, and then we have like a Q&A session on Friday, and then I'll make some edits, and then I'll submit it on Saturday because I have to submit it 24 hours in advance, otherwise I get stressed out if it's not like in there way early. And then I proceed to check that it's been submitted like 5 times. I think that's like very type A energy. So class is done and I am now about to get started on my reading, which is not really reading. I'm so used to it being reading, but in contracts we've stopped reading new cases and now we're just doing like practice problems every day. So I have to read through a practice problem and basically spot relevant issues and make policy arguments and all of that good stuff. So basically it's like exam prep. So that's going to be the first part of this evening, and the other part is going to be making edits based on some comments I got from my TA on my legal memo, and then also just some like general things I already knew I wanted to edit. So making some fixes there, and then at some point I will make dinner. So I've got a lot of random things in my fridge right now that are like pre-made, so I don't have to go through the effort of like cooking a full meal, which is kind of needs to be the vibe right now. Making it nice and easy for myself whenever possible. This is like totally the wrong time to be having this like crisis, and crisis is a very dramatic word because it literally is not a crisis at all, about my planning system. Had one of those today, basically because, so I have bullet journaled for forever. I have literally, this is this week, I'm working with like an Avatar, The Last Airbender theme this month, because I've been meaning to do that one for a while, and finally got around to having like not already having a theme picked out. So that's kind of where that is, but I've kind of started to realize that it's a little bit inefficient, and I can track pretty much everything on various digital platforms. Like I already keep a to-do list in my calendar digitally as well, And as much fun as my bullet journal is, it takes up so much time. And so I think we're gonna drop it for 2021, which seems like a big life decision. And that sounds like very, very dramatic, and like, yes, I'm this dramatic about how I use a planner, but I think it like makes the most sense for me. So we're gonna switch to like exclusively digital for next year, which is wild, but everything that I need is like, it exists on the internet somehow or on a computer program. And so I think it's a time saving thing, so it makes the most sense that way. So womp. All right, it's Tuesday. I'm literally just sitting in the parking lot at the law school. So just finished my in-person class, which is in person all 3 days this week. To be determined if I go in person all 3 days, just because going in person it requires waking up 20 minutes earlier, and having the convenience of just being able to like roll out of bed, get ready, and like hop right on is nice. So might attend virtually 1 or 2 days, maybe just one, we'll see. Or I might come in person, because don't get to do that very much. So, and the school is so pretty, and so it's really sad that I don't get to spend more time here. So might have to make that happen. But for now, headed to the gym. Today is, I think, fairly uneventful as far as I just have class like normal and readings to do. There's nothing that exciting going on at the moment, so we're just gonna go to the gym. I love, the fun thing about sitting in my parking lot is I'm pretty sure people who have classes with me are just like watching me sit in my car, talk to myself. It's fine. Oh, I forgot I got new pre-workout. It's pineapple flavored and I can smell it. Yes, that is good. It's the Alani new pineapple. I like it. All right, in any event, I'm gonna stop sitting in my car, gonna drive to the gym. Let's do this. And we're back in the car. It's a new day. Except this time, instead of being in the law school parking lot, I am on my way to the law school. So I have another in-person class today. I also have my conference with my legal writing professor literally straight afterwards. So I am basically going to immediately hop over into like the courtyard area and take that conference call thing, and basically go over my paper some more, focusing on a lot of my thesis sentences, because I think that's kind of the one like legal writing thing that is weird to me. I think I wrote a lot, you know, where there's supposed to be this like build up to like a conclusion in a lot of my papers before. It's not really a thing in legal writing. You're supposed to throw it all out right in that first sentence, and I sometimes struggle with that. So we're gonna get some feedback and make sure that I'm doing that properly. That's basically my morning, and then I will go to the gym as always. I have no more classes today, so after that it is all work and reading and probably editing a video. So, in what really is just a perpetual continuation of like what I mentioned in my vlog that I posted last week about law school being a roller coaster at all times. I feel like this morning was like a very strong like indicator of that, because I had property this morning and had a cold call that just didn't go as well as I would have liked it to. Like, I feel like I like didn't quite do as well on it as I could have, and so it's kind of not happy about that. And then I had my conference with my professor about my draft, and he said a lot of good things that made me feel like I was like doing well and on the right track. So once again, just, it's a roller coaster at all times. It doesn't make any sense ever. So we're on that ride again. Now we're headed to the gym and going to work out the rest of my stress and weird mix of disappointment with myself and like pride in myself. Once again, we're on wild ends of the spectrum at all times, so. Okay, so it's now, I said that and I should have like looked at the time before I started talking. It's 9 p.m. and I have basically finished everything for the day, which is good. So I got a whole video edited. I got through all my readings for my classes tomorrow, and then I just spent some time working on my memo. So I went out and I looked for an additional case to kind of fill in a gap that I had that my professor pointed out, and then spent the rest of the time tweaking it and making sure that all of my thesis statements were the way that they're supposed to be. So basically the big thing with legal writing as compared to, I guess, any other type of writing is that the whole point is that it's super concise, and even if you're just, you know, reading thesis statements or just the first sentence, it should give you a broad overview, and then as you are then explaining and applying the law, it's good when your thesis statement and your explanation mirrors your application. And so basically a lot of what I was doing as far as editing was making sure that I had written explanations and applications that actually mirrored each other rather than just like general principle. I tend to want to, like, you know, add some variety, throw some extra words in there, and right now when we're doing like super basic legal writing, it's much more of the vibe to be like, here's this, they match, but like this is how the facts fit into this same, like this exact same structure. So basically kind of making sure that my paper reflected that and kind of fits the like basic standards for legal writing. I'm excited for us to get to next semester where it's a little bit more advanced and I'm allowed to start interjecting my own style back into things. But for now, we're following this pretty strict format. So it's a good way to wrap my head around it, but it's also just not naturally the way I write. So I have to put a little bit of effort into making it fit that exact, you know, format. I also was playing a game of Tetris with my word count because we have a 3,000 word limit. And when I started editing tonight, I was about 2950. And then went wildly over for a hot second, and then decided to chop out some stuff that seemed relevant when I was writing it, and then like now looking back, I'm like, I could make this whole argument and not have this sentence in there. So then a lot of things went on the chopping block and we're right back down at 2950 again. So I am like right in the safe zone. So basically now it's more or less ready to submit, but what I'm going to do is, because it's not due until Sunday, I'm going to do the same thing that I did at the beginning of this week, and I'm going to give myself a solid 48 hours away from it, so genuinely just not going to look at it. I have a Q&A session with my professor where he goes over basically all class questions on Friday, so I will go to that, and then it's Wednesday now, so Friday evening or probably Saturday, realistically, I think is where I have it blocked out in my schedule. I will once again go back to it and read over it and make sure that everything makes sense and that I think I accurately covered everything in the same way, and I am happy with the results and that it matches up with the checklist that my professor has given us for what he wants the structure of our legal writing assignments to be. So we'll do that and then we'll submit it and it'll be done, and I won't have to submit another writing assignment, and I will only be focused on finals, which is daunting, but it's that time of the semester, so we're real close to the end here. But for now, I'm gonna sign off of work for the evening and just chill for a little bit, for an hour until I go to sleep, but it's still a little bit of time for myself, so. Also, yes, this is a Christmas tree behind me. I decorate for Christmas on like November 6th. It's a thing. I regret nothing. Another day, another parking lot. Anyways, now on this instance, I have finished at the gym. Had my in-person class this morning, the very last one. Next week is the last week of classes and it's all online. So this is my last in-person class, which is weird. But there were also only literally 4 people there. Like, it's a 30-person class and only 4 people came in person. Like, obviously some people aren't in St. Louis, but still, there's a lot of people to not be there. So it's a very empty classroom, but it's fine. So, yeah, now I am headed home and have 2 more classes, so we're gonna do that. And I've got some outlining stuff to do. I'm also gonna get grocery shopping this evening, basically for what I'm hoping will be my last run of food before Thanksgiving break. So, gonna stock up on stuff so that I have food for the next week. And then that's pretty much it for the day. Since I got a lot of my writing stuff done last night, I don't really have anything super pressing other than some outlining, just like catching up for the week. And that's it. That's a Thursday. It's buy one, get one free at Starbucks today. So naturally, I did the normal thing you do, which is buy 2 peppermint mochas for myself. I would say I regret this, but I don't. It's the best sort of double fisting. I've got 1 class left and then this week is over, basically. I have a Q&A session tomorrow, but my classes are done. And it's really hitting me how much next week really is. Like the last week, basically 2 of my classes, I don't have reading for Thursday, our final day, because we're either doing a practice exam or a review session. Like, I'm like having to actually adjust my schedule, like where I normally do readings. I'm like taking readings out and stuff because we're genuinely like done, which is so strange and so weird. And I can't believe we're like already to this point. It feels like I have simultaneously been in school for 3 months, not 3 years and 3 days. Like all of the above at once. And this little guy is being a nuisance, as he is wont to do whenever I am paying attention to anything that's not him. I am excited. I impulse ordered some room decor off of Amazon, and most of it came in. I'm still missing 1 piece that I will put up tomorrow because it'll come in tomorrow. But the first one is this, which is just a little potter and these little fake plants, which might also be playing a game of how long until the cats try to bat them down. But for right now, we're safe. And then speaking of cats trying to bat things down, the other thing, I got this huge tapestry and I love it so much. It's like zodiac signs, of course, but it's got all sorts of like little skulls on it. So like Sagittarius is literally just a bunch of arrows through some skulls. I think it's super cool. Kind of a little bit, looks a little strange next to the Christmas tree, but during any other time, oh, I love it so much. It's might be a little bit crooked, or I might be holding the camera crooked. One of those 2 things is happening. It's Thursday and I've just finished class, so I can't expect my brain to do really advanced things right now, but yes, I am very happy with how this turned out and how this like looks in my living room, because what I had over my couch just wasn't exciting enough. So this is exciting. And it's Friday. Wow, that was that was like a pitch that I was not expecting to come out of my mouth. Apparently I'm more excited for Friday than I thought. Since I didn't have class this morning, I did the same thing I usually do on my Monday mornings, and I went to the gym as soon as I woke up. So got my workout in, and now I am heading to a spa. I am getting a facial done on my back, which sounds counterintuitive because it's facial. Basically, I just wanted like some little nice way to relax and
the skin on my face, I'm generally pretty good at taking care of, so like I don't really have any like skin concerns there. My back, it's kind of weird sometimes. It's either really dry or like breaking out or whatever stuff, so I figured this was a nice way to treat myself, so that's what I'm doing today. Obviously, you know, wearing a mask and all of that good stuff. This is also basically the last time I am like going out in public between the gym today and this spa trip, because I am more or less isolating after this so that I can go home for Thanksgiving. So basically after today not going out on Monday, I'm gonna go get tested, so make sure that I don't have COVID so that I can go home and spend Thanksgiving with my parents and not worry about accidentally bringing anything back to them. So that's very important. So today's the last day that we're like doing things. So this is happening, and then I have to be back here home. Sorry, I'm like parked in front of my apartment building, which is why I say here, by 1:30 for a meeting with some people as far as planning an event for one of the student organizations that I am in and involved with. And then after that have a Q&A session with my legal writing professor. So this group question and answer session that hopefully I'll get some insight out of, as I did last time. And after that, I'm going to have some time in the evening to hopefully work on some outlines. Also getting a past writing sample project, our earlier writing whatever, sent out to the places that I interviewed back in October, because now I have like a graded writing sample, so I like know what I did and didn't do well on it. I know where I'm gonna make little tweaks before I hit the send button and I throw it at these organizations so that they have an example of what my legal writing looks like. So that's all of that is on the docket for today, but now I gotta go because otherwise I'm going to be late for my appointment, and that would be bad. Oh my gosh, the dog just popped out holding a squeaky toy. That's so cute. Anyways, ooh, that was wonderful. That was basically like all of the like good things about a facial and a massage. Obviously like only the facial part on your back, but it was like half facial, half massage, and I did not realize, I should have realized, but did not realize just how much like tension was in my back. Oh, okay, that felt so good. That was a very, very good treat yourself moment. I think I made a great decision there, and then I proceeded to treat myself again, and I got another peppermint mocha. Cheers to the freaking weekend. Part 2, or maybe part 3 of my random impulse Amazon home decor purchases are right here. Hung these up. They just came in today. They came in a separate package. They're little like tarot cards, the sun and the moon. My cat is behind me crying. Of course he is. Hello, Greg. Hello. Hello. Yeah, oh, you have some knots. I need to brush those out, don't I? This is still very much a work in progress, but she is a beauty. And still, I've got to get like another third of the semester, I think, in here, but we're at, oh, focus, we're at 10 pages so far, so. I am hoping that my goal is to get these outlines in near finished position by the end of next week, or I think next weekend. So after the weekend after classes, I think is my goal to have them like finished, so that I can start taking practice exams and using the full outlines and like reviewing the full outlines. So I will also be doing a video at some point soon where I sit down and I map out my final study plan. I haven't done that yet because I'm also not doing that yet. I'm really focusing on trying to like get through this semester and then sort out the finals prep process. I think that's
better for me rather than trying to do and keep track of all of these moving parts at once. I'm going to focus on getting through classes and then really switch into high gear on studying, because I feel like I am in a good place where I don't need to be like panicking about that yet, just because I have been consistently updating outlines for a while now, and so I have like these big, like these strong study guides going in, so I don't need to be thinking about that quite yet. But that's where we're at. That is the end of this vlog. So hope you enjoyed yet another week hanging out with me and seeing all the fun. Ow! I just jammed my nails into my desk. That was quite a note to end on. Anyways, bye.